Maybe a few more questions. The old man picks up. Got nothing better to do, he says. I mention the initials. Do they sound familiar at all? ULS, he says. That's the University of Life Sciences. I vaguely remember reading about it. Some riots halted construction a few years back. The building now appears simultaneously demolished and incomplete. Unfinished project. I don't think I can. They're looking at me. Doesn't seem to be wired to anything. Can't even make out what it says. Say no to the new lab. Not sure how. Tipped on its side, rusting. It's been stripped of anything valuable. No idea what it says. I don't get it. Several parked two-wheelers. I wonder who's in there. Several parked two-wheelers. I wonder who's in there. An alphabet of sorts. Maybe it's just abstract. Definitely dead. Why? Same old model as mine. Nobody bothered stealing it. No, it's beyond saving. Large hole in the screen of this one. A faded printed note. Statue project led by Dormer. Proposals by Friday. I can read it. They've been emptied. I wonder where it leads. Nothing helpful there. Why? Filled with junk. I don't need to. Looks like it's been emptied. A sketch of a statue. Some kind of insect playing the harp. Someone annotated it with a red pen, suggesting the design was approved. The same person also penned a playful acrostic. B is for brilliant. I is for intellectuals. O is for of. E is for exponential. T is for ta. There used to be more, but the ink has bled. A sketch of an insect playing the harp. Someone penned an acrostic that spells B-I-O-E-T. A small-scale version of the university includes a statue of a torch-wielding man. There's a quote on the miniature plaque, so that society may gain wisdom as fast as science gathers knowledge. I'm not touching that. A small-scale version of the university includes a statue of a torch-wielding man. There's a quote on the miniature plaque, so that society may gain wisdom as fast as science gathers knowledge. 2 copies of the same memo. One more faded than the other. Terminal blacklist, students protest. Anderson A. Ange L. Betty G. Chopra D. Chun L. Dama W. Doe L. D. The rest is illegible. Terminal blacklist, students protest. Anderson A. Ange L. Betty G. Chopra D. Chun L. Dama W. Doe L. D. The rest is illegible. Not his full name, but some initials match. Can't track down all the students, but I should investigate the protest. I don't see how that helps. She's been dancing for 56 hours straight. All of them have. It's her event, she explains. Insomnia, a monthly gathering. Like-minded folks testing the limits of sleep deprivation. No stimulants, she says, just music and light. Kids these days. Anyway, time for questions. The state of the place. A violent protest would explain it, right? I guess so, she shrugs. Why did she choose the university? I thought it was a church, she says. She doesn't need to be asked about that. That name. She's never heard it before. Okay. That will do for now. Booming. Pulsating. Dancing for 3 days straight. Explains a lot. I wave. No response. Everyone is lost in their own worlds. My editor used to have a rule for that. Never wake up a stranger comfortable enough to fall asleep on the floor. It's intense. Bolted to the floor. Looks like it's been hijacked. Passed out. I assume he was manning the projector. That can't be comfortable. Mass-produced plastic. Nothing unusual. X, Y, and Z physiology mostly. G and H for histology, whatever that is. UVW section, mostly for vascular biology. Looks like the bookcases are not in alphabetical order. M to N, books on molecular stuff and nano things. Books on immunology mostly. I to J section, so much non-digital data. O for optogenetics. P for pharmacology. Books on topics starting with E or F. Loads on ethics and ethnography. Q to R. A large section on quantum physics. Most of the books in here must be forbidden by now. Explains why nobody raided the place. Natural, synthetic, and systems biology. All topics found in the ST sections. The C to D section. Books on cell and developmental biology. AB. Animal rights, biology, and a large section on bioethics. K and L, mostly for kinesiology. Is that what the students protested? Maybe a clue. Questions, even if it seems like a lost cause. Does she know anything about a lab? Evidently not. Already mentioned the project. She has no idea. Already asked. She didn't even know it was a university. Pulsating. Can't even make out what it says. U is the right idea for university, but that's not how the books are organized. Nothing. I'm not sure that's the best way to look for that kind of information. It's intense. Bolted to the floor. Looks like it's been hijacked. About parking vehicles. Some content is missing. Final notice. Vehicles without authorized, forcibly removed from the please ensure necessary before parking outside the... Temporary address forwarding. Biochem, 7A Market Street. Biophysics, 64 Signmakers Yard. Ecology, 86 Keshwang Place. Ethics of Biology, 341 Belvedere Heights. Virology, 65C Crofton Place. Please confirm with office before. If only I could attach one of the addresses to his name. This one is upside down, following last week's. All purchased equipment. That won't get me far. Please ensure you necessary preparations. Addresses to forward mail to various departments. I believe students protested the construction of a new lab. Let's see where that leads. Is that what the students protested? Maybe a clue. Faded printing. Statue project led by Dormer. Proposals by Friday. A sketch of an insect playing the harp. Someone penned an acrostic that spells B-I-O-E-T. No mention of the name. It's too vague to be referenced. It's too vague to be referenced. No mention of the name. I can't connect his name to it. Led by a certain Dormer. This has to be a coincidence. Or is it? I wonder what the statue project is. It must be one of the proposed designs. Was my brother the dormer in charge of the project? Did he approve it? The symbolism might be significant. The acrostic could also be a clue. BIOET. It must spell bioethics. I browsed several publications on the topic. One catches my attention. Academic paper on toxic fungi, military operations, weaponized mycotoxins by Amrita Thomas. But it's the endorsement on the back cover that stops me in my tracks. A quote by Leo Dormer, PhD, author of Sinking the 30 Oars Ship. Professor of Bioethics and Ethics of Biology. Her name doesn't appear here. Temporary address forwarding. Biochem, 7A Market Street. Biophysics, 64 Signmakers Yard. Ecology, 86 Keshwang Place. Ethics of Biology, 341 Belvedere Heights. Virology, 65C Crofton Place. Please confirm with office before. No mentions of bioethics. But there is an address for the Ethics of Biology Department. 341 Belvedere Heights. I expect it might lead me to a colleague or fellow professor. But this is Leo's home.